Hey, this is Mountain Ghost 556. Okay, check it out. I want to do this video on why I don't think I'm going to say it, the tactical backpack is the best backpack that you could carry with you in a ingress, egress, bug out, or get home bag. I am going to use the word tactical sparingly because so many people use it, it's so played out, and they just use it as a selling point. Like, I could sell you this pen right here and say, look at this. This is the new tactical pen by Profile. What makes it tactical is its colors are dark. So it's been played out. Tactical played out. So I'm basically going to try to keep from using that word as much as possible, but I might have to during this video series. So, okay, here we go. This is the Rush 24-hour 511 backpack. Okay? Now, I have to use the word. It's considered a tactical backpack. Let me shine a little bit of light. By the company. Now, when I think of that word tactical, which now I'm going to replace that word with sustainment, because I believe this is a sustainment backpack. Okay? They're catering more to military, law enforcement, and contractors. Now, don't get me wrong. For the preppers and survivalists, they'll take your money too, and they'll sell you that tactical name tag as much as they can. But why I want to do this is I don't think this is the most suitable backpack for those type of situations, bugging out, or getting home. I almost said bugging in, which why would you need a backpack if you're just going to bug in? Common sense there. It's not designed to hike the Appalachian trails. It's not designed to go across the deserts. It's not designed to go extended through rainforests. It's designed for short duration, high intensity operations involving raids, short patrols, and maybe surveillance, stuff like that. Getting into prolonged firefights and stuff, that's what it's designed for. So when you use something what it's designed for, then it functions the way it needs to. This is a great bag for what it does, okay? I'm not bashing this bag. And for you people out there that use this particular bag for those purposes, I'm not bashing you either. And I hope it works great for you. And I'm sure for many of you it does. But it's not really intended for that, okay? It's for short, intense, direct action operations, maybe a little longer. But this particular 24-hour bag, hence its name 24 hours, is a sustainment bag for 24 hours. It's meant to carry ammunition, water, medical supplies, and mission-critical equipment. That's all it's meant to do. It's not meant to carry a tent. It's not meant to carry your Laplander saw. It's not meant to carry an Nalgene bottle in your cup, your water purificator or purification, or your stove. It's not meant for that. Okay? It's meant to carry basic mission-critical equipment. The only thing you'd have I carry in here is an MRE. You don't, like I said, you don't carry a stove, so you get food that's ready to eat on the go. Okay, so that's kind of my starting point on this. I don't think these bags are the best bags for bugging out. Okay, or getting home. Okay, so I'm going to go on to the next point. Let me move some things around. Okay, got that done. So the first point to this is the material on this bag. I don't know exactly what denier this is. Could be 500, could be 1,000. I doubt it's 1,000 Cordura, but it has robust zippers. Everything on here is robust, really well made, double stitched, some places triple stitched, and the material is really heavy. Now, with that being said, what are you planning on doing? What is your ultimate goal? Well, you're either getting to point A to B, or you're getting from point A to B going or coming home. So what you're going to get into firefights? Or you need a bag that is designed to carry just ammunition and water and medical supplies designed to sustain individuals in firefights? Is that what you plan on doing? Because that kind of breaks the cardinal rule of trying to get home or trying to get to your bug out location, getting to firefights, kicking in doors, wreaking havoc up and down the quiet countryside, when you're supposed to just be getting there, avoiding people, traveling the path of least resistance, which is avoiding people. So it's really heavy duty. The straps, everything is. I think there's lighter bags out there with a good quality build that can basically do the same as this, but has better, is more comfortable and it's lightweight, because the old adage is ounces lead to pound, pounds lead to pain. So you don't want all that weight, okay? I'm going to get into a little bit more about this weight-wise in a little bit, but that's it. It's the material is really, really thick, really heavy, and even empty, this thing has a little bit of weight to it, okay? So with that being said, here's another little thing that I wanted to go into, okay? So let's get into that. Okay, the next one, this will focus. The next little thing I want to talk about, as in comfort goes, which if you're going to be crossing 50, 60 miles, 100 in some cases, wouldn't you want a bag that has some comfort to it? Now, the Rush 48 and the Rush 72, they have a little bit of a suspension system. As far as the 24 goes, you see they have no risers to put the load on your shoulders or drop it down depending on what your weight distribution is. They have a simple chest strap, and if you look here, they do not have any type of waist belt. It does have these type of things here for the a waist belt attachment. I've not found one commercially for it. So it has a very inferior suspension system. Let's not have this tear my gums apart. It has a very inferior suspension system. And after a while, it gets very uncomfortable. It rides hard on your shoulders, especially the way some people pack these things filled with everything. So it's just not a long duration. Maybe 24 hours, I would think this thing would be comfortable, if that, depending on where you're at and what your actions are. It does have these cinch straps right here, where you can cinch this up, and it can cause it to tighten it down, but that's not a suspension system. The other civilian backpacks that are relatively tough, and if you use them in the right way and don't try to take on the world throughout the countryside, they have excellent suspension systems. I'm going to be showing you the two packs that I would prefer in a bug out or get home situation. They have really good suspension systems, and they're very comfortable, and I've packed many, many miles onto them. Okay, these packs are not meant for that, and that's one of the downfalls of them. So with that being said, I'm going to go into the next little segment of this journey and talk about some of the glaring obvious features, why this is not one of the best backpacks for the situation, okay? Okay, the next segment of this, this is the good part. This is the good part. You guys are going to love this. What does it scream to you? It does. It screams the tactical look. Everybody's played it out. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody sees it for what it is. You're the biggest target when you're wearing one of these packs, okay? When I was going through civil and res school or training, I was with the contractors, and it was funny. It was really glaring. I could see them and all their equipment, and they would stand out amongst the people, the regular people that we were, our op for. And I could see, wow, man, these guys really stand out. They look tactical, or tactigrade, or tactinice, or whatever. And then you got Joe Bob over there, or Kenny, or Mike, whatever you want to call him. He's got a John Deere hat on, got a Carhartt coat, and he's got a duffel bag slung over his shoulder. I'm like, okay, this guy, he blends in with the rest of the crowd. That's the thing is, if you're going an extended duration, say you are going 50, 60, 70 miles, do you really want to take the chance on that timeline for people to go, oh, yeah, I see him. He looks tactical. Because on a long enough timeline, somebody's going to call you out. Somebody's going to target you, and you're going to get hit. It's plain and simple. Now, one of the things that I see a lot of preppers do and survivalists, they hang everything, including the kitchen sink, outside of huge knives right here. They've got radio antennas sticking up there. They've got all this stuff hanging out, 550 cord. God, it's insane. Medical kits, whatever. I mean, if you were to look at that and you were in desperate need of something and you saw all that stuff dangling off their pack, wouldn't you say that guy looks like a pretty good target? Because if he has all that cool stuff hanging outside of here, he's got to have Sportsman Warehouse inside of there. So you're going to make yourself a target. Now, the one thing about this is that I'm going to say, for what it is, a sustainment pack for operations, for military, law enforcement, or contracting operations, that's what it's designed to do. That's where it fits in. You got a 3, 6, 8-man element. Well, and you're all heavily armed. I would like to see somebody come up and try to take your stuff without somewhat of a comparable fight. So this has a place, and it belongs within that environment. It does not, I believe, my opinion, belong in the bug out, coming home type role scenario. It screams it, okay? You got to put the thing, like I said, or I stated earlier, on a long enough timeline, if you stick out, you are going to get called out, okay? So with that, I'm going to go over a couple of the options and a few things I think are funny. Well, one of the things I see a lot of people do that are kind of funny that kind of want to say why this bag is the way it is, okay? Okay, so what I'm going to show you here in this little segment is, this is going to kind of keep into the spirit of this whole video. I'm going to show you an overlooked feature that a lot of people don't use on these particular bags, which is called the clamshell. And why I say the spirit is because, like I said, I disagree with using these as what these preppers and survivalists are using them for, because I don't think that that fits in the particular role that it should be used for. This is a sustainment bag for, direct action operations and stuff like that, or whatever operations you're going to do for military, police, and contracting. So the clamshell feature is really neat, and I look for it now on civilian backpacks as well, because you can access your equipment quickly and then button it up fast. That's what it's designed for, because if you're in a stressful situation and you're digging through all your stuff, man, you're not going to have time. And I see a lot of the preppers, they open this bag up and they're like, okay, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to get there. He's digging down to the bottom, or they're pulling it all out. Well, in their videos and some of their reviews, now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not ragging on them. I'm just saying you're forgetting one of the main features of this particular bag is called the clamshell. So what you do is when you're using this, and some of you might know this already, so if you do, I'm preaching to the choir. But say I need to get to my notebook, and in the greatest of conditions, when I was packing this, I had my notebook up here, okay? Well, we all know moving from one point to another in rapid succession, well, everything likes to migrate down to the bottom, and anybody that even does backpacking knows that. So the good feature about the clamshell is you don't have to dig everything out. And like I said, I see some of these people and they're digging everything out. They got gear snot everywhere and it's just all over the place. It's kind of like a 1-year-old's runny nose. There's stuff everywhere. So one of the good things about this is, and I'm going to show you, is this feature. You undo these buckles, these cinch straps on the side. Now I like to get it right about here. Now I'm grabbing something down at the bottom. I'm going to grab my notebook. Okay? Flap that over and I pull this back. Boom, I got it. Zipping this up. Flip it up like this. Got that right there. Didn't take long at all. And I don't have gear snot everywhere. I'm not struggling to put everything back in. I got it. It's out. That is the good feature of the clamshell. I don't see a lot of people demonstrating that or using it, or really even talking about it at all. That is one of the really good things I like about this, and it's important. Say I've got to get Israeli bandage, migrates down there. I got to get extra mag, so I threw them in here instead of putting them in my front compartment because I was in a rush. Whatever. I just undo that, pull it out, zip it back up, and everything is pretty much in the same position that it's in. One of the other things with these big, robust zippers I learned, to make them run smoother, take just regular candle wax and lubricate your zippers, which I got to do. It's a little bit of maintenance. I don't know if a lot of you know that or not. But, yeah, I mean, those are some of the things I see people do, and some of the things why I disregard this as for bugging out or getting home. So if you got any why I think I should think differently, because I'm not trying to convince anybody anyways of anything. I'm just showing you maybe this isn't the best bag. You should look for something. I'm going to show you another bag, well, to two bags that I use for, you would say, those situations. Okay, well, if you have any comments, please leave them down. I'd like to hear what some of you have to say, especially why you prefer to use this over than some civilian backpacks. I'd be greatly appreciated. Maybe, I don't know, you could change my mind. I doubt it, but I'm always open to learning new things. Like I said, I like this bag. I've used these. I've gone many, many miles with them. I've gone up in some mountains. I did the volcano video. I use this pack. But when using the other packs that I have, I just use this for what its intended purpose is, and it's for, you know, oh God, here we go. That word, tactical operations, okay? So if you have any comments, please share them. Okay, Mountain Ghost 556 out.